Jury selection is underway in the manslaughter trial of Marine vet Daniel Penny, charged in the fatal chokehold of Jordan Neely on a New York City subway last year. Attorneys will be trying to confirm as many as 100 jurors over the next 2 weeks before opening statements. Neely's death was captured on camera in a 4-minute video sparking national outrage and conversations about racial injustice, mental health, and rider safety. So I would like to bring in legal analyst and trial attorney Misty Marris for some analysis. Misty, great to see you. So we know at this point jury selection is expected to take about 2 weeks. The judge wants those 100 jurors confirmed over this time. Is that normal practice for a case like this?
In New York, in a case that's expected to have a longer trial, this is going to be a 6-week trial. That is actually a pretty typical time frame. So today, as jury selection is underway, the first set of questions really relates to scheduling conflicts for a trial of this magnitude, and that's going to go into December. And then the jury selection process shifts to people's personal beliefs, connections, issues that might be relevant to the case in order to seat a jury who is going to come in and not be biased. Keep in mind, Nicole, today, just from the very beginning, 86 jurors pulled in the first set, and the judge asked, how many of you have heard this case? How many of you know about it? And pretty much everyone raised their hand. So we know that the jurors are going to be familiar. It's just about whether or not they can leave what they know at the doorstep and focus on the evidence at the trial.
How difficult do you think it's going to be to find jurors who are impartial?
Nicole, I think just being a New Yorker myself, this is interesting because it's been very polarizing just in the city when you're talking about it, not from the perspective of what the jurors are going to be analyzing, because certain evidence is going to come into the courtroom, certain evidence is not. But pretty much any New Yorker who's going to sit on this jury, it's a Manhattan courtroom, has been on the subway, has been using the subway, has seen what the subway's been like 10 years ago as opposed to today, and has probably formulated some form of opinion about subway safety in general. So I do think personal experiences, which are all relevant, and they always say don't put your personal experiences outside the door, that's going to be a large part of the case. So it really just comes down to keeping in mind that the evidence is what rules the day, not any opinions that might have formulated before being a part of that jury.
Let's look at both sides of this, Misty. What will the prosecution first need to do to build its case?
So the prosecution is very first focused on this video. This video shows Daniel Penny holding down the victim in this case, the deceased in this case. That video is going to be central to the prosecution's argument. Other aspects that are central, that the interview that Daniel Penny had after he spoke with police, after his interaction with the victim. So in that interaction, he said, I had him in a, quote, choke, and I was holding him down pretty good. The prosecution's case is going to rise and fall on whether or not they can show that Daniel Penny acted recklessly, that even if there was some degree of threat, that he took it too far, held him down too long. And Nicole, another big part of this is that he's an ex-Marine. So that specialized knowledge of how to do a chokehold is different from an ex-Marine than it is to a layman. So the prosecutors are going to use that because he's facing second-degree manslaughter charges. That's a higher level. That's reckless disregard to human life. The lesser included is criminally negligent homicide. That's slightly less. So it's really going to be all about that video footage and other witnesses that were on the train that day.
You know, and Misty, what about the defense here? Because Penny has said he acted in self-defense. His lawyers tried to have the case thrown out. That was obviously rejected. But how does the defense build its case?
Self-defense is that he acted reasonably and with proportional force under the circumstances. Keep in mind, it's self-defense of him, but not just himself. It's others that were on that train who were fearful. So some of the comments that were made, I'm ready to go to Rikers, someone is going to die today. These are all statements that allegedly were made that led to Daniel Penny restraining the victim in this case. So all of that's going to be relevant. There's also arguments that are very, very relating to expert testimony. So one of them is that the victim had a high level of a cannabinoid called K2 in his system, and that is actually what caused his death. So there's going to be a causation argument. The other is that the pressure that Daniel Penny was applying in this interaction was not forceful enough or consistent enough to lead to the victim ultimately passing out and dying. And so all of those are going to be expert testimony. Interestingly enough, there's a video that the defense said was very valuable to the case, but it's in the possession of a European couple who are refusing to provide it to prosecutors. And so that dialogue continues on, but witness testimony, video, all of that's going to be relevant to the defense case too. They're also trying to get in about 6,000 pages of psychiatric records relating to the mental health issues of the victim. Now, prosecutors are attacking that. The court has not made a decision about whether or not that information is going to come into the courtroom.
Yeah, we know this will be a very interesting trial. So many eyes on this. Misty Marris, certainly appreciate your input and expertise as always. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole.